Most people think AI is just something you ask questions. You type something, it gives you an answer, but something different has actually been happening for a while now. AI can now work on tasks for you, research things, gather information, create presentations, build things. Tools like ChatGPT Agent and capabilities in Claude can already do this. Now, if you look up on YouTube videos, any of this stuff usually focuses on programmers, the tech bros, make money online in 24 hours with AI type videos, and then the technical user. So it can almost feel like this technology belongs to a specific industry, but it doesn't. It belongs to everyone. This is something sitting at your fingertips right now. And I think most everyday people should know what's actually available to them. And it's cheap. You can start at $20 a month and have very powerful agents working for you. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 examples. A simple one, more of a business example, and one that shows you how powerful these agents actually have become. And who am I? I'm Tracy, and I just love this AI, digital marketing, technology, and want to create videos that hopefully help you. Before, if I wanted to figure something out online, I had to do all the work. I had to go in and open websites, and I had to read all the articles, and I had to compare information. I had to take down notes and turn it into something useful. That could take me hours, or depending on what I was doing, it could actually take me weeks. But now, instead of doing the work myself, I give the task to AI. I tell it what I want, and then I let it start working. So if you want to try this yourself, here's the basic process. I'm going to show you in ChatGPT, only because I have Claude Code doing a bunch of stuff for me right now. So we're going to open ChatGPT, then go to Tools and choose Agent. Or you can just type //agent. And if you notice, it shows you how many agent interactions you have left for the month. And that all depends on the plan you're on. If you don't see it, that usually means that you're on a free plan, because Agent is only on the paid plans. So now, instead of asking a question that it's going to answer and then I'm going to ask another question, I'm going to give it a task. An agent is like giving AI a job instead of asking a question. So we can start simple and we could just ask the agent to research something and organize it. For example, research 3 weekend trips from Vancouver, compare travel time, cost, and things to do, then turn it into a simple travel plan. Then you press enter. And this is where things change. Instead of replying with text, the agent starts working through the task. It shows the agent doing the research workflow. It will be searching. It will be gathering sources. It will be opening up websites. It will be reading information, comparing and organizing everything, building the result. It's almost like watching someone do the research for you. And right away, you see the difference of how you're interacting with AI. You're no longer in a chat box asking a question and the chat box come back with an answer, and then you ask a question again or clarify it or ask it to expand on it. You're getting an agent working on your behalf, doing all those things that would take you a lot of time. And the best part is you can let it work while you're doing something else. Now I'm going to fast forward this. After a while, the AI finishes the task, and what it produces is something you can actually use. A structured report with sections, comparisons, sources, all put together. That alone replaces a ton of manual work. So it took about 15 minutes. It's giving me a report with some options. It's looking at on Vancouver Island, Whistler, or Seattle. And from someone from Vancouver, those are 3 popular places to go for a weekend. Gives me a comparison table, highlights and activities, things like that. It also gives me a travel plan of what it looked like, what events or places I would go, depending on which one I took, with cost and summary. And then it asks me at the end, let me know if you need help customizing any of the trip or booking transport and accommodations. So if we move on to another real world task, let's say you run a small service business and you need a way to send invoices to customers, instead of reaching every Instead of researching everything yourself, you could tell the agent something like, compare 3 invoicing tools for a small service business that sends about 20 invoices out a month and wants something simple and affordable. Recommend the best option and explain why. Now the agent is researching the tools, comparing prices and features, looking at what fits your situation, and producing a recommendation. So instead of just gathering information, the agent is helping you make a decision based on your situation. This shows the agent acting more like a business assistant. And you might go, well, it doesn't look that different. Because whether you use ChatGPT or agents, you still end up with an answer or report. And even normal ChatGPT can pull information from the web. So, what is different? The difference is how the work happens before you get the results.
When you ask a question in chat, AI generates a response in one step.
It looks at the prompt, uses what it already knows, and produces an answer based on patterns. If it searches the web, it usually pulls from a few sources and summarizes those. That's basically one step. An agent works differently. Instead of generating one response, it breaks the task into multiple steps. For example, it might search for information, open several websites, read those pages, compare what they say, collect the important points, organize everything, then build the final result. So instead of answering once, it's actually working through the task step by step. That's why it can take a little bit longer than what you normally get back from chat. It's doing the kind of work you would normally do yourself. You would opening tabs, you'd be reading things, sorting through information, and putting it into something that's usable. So at the end, you still might end up with a report, but the difference is the AI actually did the research process, not just the writing.
This one came back a lot quicker, under 5 minutes. I think it was 3 minutes. And it's giving me a comparison of the 3 popular invoicing platforms. It's giving me pricing, key features, drawbacks, limits, and then it's giving me its recommendation. So the difference in this one is I really want it to determine something for me. In the previous example, it gathered the information for me and I'm making a decision. In this example, I want the agent to make the decision. And if I'm a small business, this has just helped me so much.
So now here's where it gets a little interesting. Once you understand how to give agents instructions, the capabilities go much further. For example, agents can actually build things. Right now, I have Claude Code building a marketing director app. The agent is helping write the code, connect the data, and build the system step by step. I am literally building a clone of myself. For you, let's say you want help managing things around your house. Come on, everyone needs a house manager. Let's call him Bert. You could tell the agent, build a simple house manager called Bert that keeps track of home maintenance tasks, reminds me about seasonal work, and stores information about appliances and repairs. Now, the agent is going to be writing the code, building the systems, organizing tasks, creating reminders, and storing information about your home. So instead of you trying to remember everything, Bert takes care of it for you. And down the road, if you felt like Bert really knew his stuff, you could let him do more. You could book the maintenance person. You could find a roofer, compare prices and quality, and schedule the repair. Or if you notice your lawn is looking a little rough, you could have Bert line up someone to take care of it.
Here's the prompt, and we're going to let the agent build Bert. And I'll fast forward this.
So as you can see, it's written a script that you would be able to download and then you would save it and run it as a Python script and then add all this stuff. Well, who wants to do that, right? You don't want to do that. So just tell it you don't want to do that. Say, hey, can you write, build a simple interface so I don't have to deal with Python? And because I did that, it now is giving me a simple web interface for Bert. We don't need to use the script that it was originally created with. And there you go. There's my Bert House Manager. I'm not going to give you a demo of Bert, the house manager, but the point is that it's made and I could just continue to add on this.
And anytime you want an agent to actually interact with another tool, like save a file or send an email, book something, add something to your calendar, it needs access to the tools where those things happen. Things like Google Drive, your calendars, your booking systems, or whatever apps you use. So this just isn't answering questions anymore. It's helping create tools and systems. And you don't have to be a programmer to start exploring this. You start with simple tasks, then once you're comfortable, you can start connecting tools and letting agents handle bigger work. Now that's the good stuff. Here's what to watch out for. These tools are incredibly capable, and because of that, you want to stay aware of how you're using them. First, don't trust the output of the final answer. Think of it as a first draft. Agents can still misunderstand instructions, miss important details, or pull in information that isn't completely accurate. Second, pay attention to the sources where the information is coming from. Agents are pulling information from the internet, and the internet isn't always right. So if something matters, a legal issue, a financial decision, a contract, double check it. And third, be very, very careful what you give access to. Don't immediately connect agents to files, accounts, or private documents unless you actually need to. If you connect things like email, your calendar, your cloud storage, or other accounts, the agent will be able to read, write, move, or create things inside those systems. And that is powerful, but it also means you should only give access to things you actually want it interacting with. And finally, if an agent asks to run code, install something, download files, access something sensitive, or connect to a new tool, those actions can affect your computer, your accounts, or your data. So slow down and read what it's asking before approving it. These tools are powerful, but they still work best when there's a human paying attention. You wouldn't give someone you just met keys to your house and think of it exactly the same way. Get to know your agent first, then slowly let it take on some more responsibility. And at the end of the day, you're still the one responsible for the final decisions. AI is acting like a helper, something that can take on pieces of work that used to take a lot of time. And for beginners, that might be a useful way to think about it. Not as a tool for answers, but as something that can help you get things done. And thanks for watching, spending time with me. And if you're curious what else AI can do, watch this video next.